What's up? It's your girl Nisi, and today I want to do a TradingView breakdown. This may be like a part one, part two type of thing, but I'm going to go into the basic things that you should know when it comes to operating TradingView. So with that being said, when you first get started, the first thing you're going to see is you're going to see something like this once you first open up TradingView. Okay, you're going to create an account if you don't have an account, and you're going to click, get started. They have different plans that you can sign up for. You can also try it free for 30 days. Do that because why not? But what's included, it says, two charts per tab, indicators, historical bars, things like that. And the only difference is, because me personally, I only have this one right here. I've only been using this one. But if you are someone that's using 10 or more than 5 indicators, then yes, you're going to want to scale up on the plan. Also, if you are someone that is trying to look at multiple charts on one screen at the same time, then you also scale up, because here you can only pull up 2 charts at the same time versus here you got 4, 8, 16. So kind of just depends on you and what you want to do. Once you decide that information there, you're going to come up here to the top. Now you have all of these type of things. You got community, you have, the markets, brokers, more things like that. But we're going to focus on products, and under products, we're going to go to super charts. Once you go to products, this is the first thing that you're going to see. Your screen is going to look like this. And all this is just the default chart. Now, the way to maneuver through this is, first, let's look over here on the right hand side. The right hand side, these are whatever you're going to trade. So if you're trading indices, stocks, futures, forex, whatever you're going to trade will be over here on the right hand side. You are able to delete, as you can see, once you hover over it, you can see this trash can here. You can, kind of custom everything here on TradingView is customizable. Okay, so you're going to kind of hear me say that throughout this whole video, because I feel like that's the number one thing. The best thing about it is that everything is customizable. So say you want to get rid of all of these, you would click the trash, do whatever you're going to do. Right? If you wanted to add, or you're looking for a certain thing, you're going to come up here. You see where it says watch list. You're going to come up here to the plus sign, which means add. And now you have everything all at once. You have stocks, funds, futures, crypto, etc. You will go ahead and search up here. You can start typing whatever it is that you're looking for to see if it pops up. Boom, it pops up. And you just choose whatever you're looking for. Okay. Also, another thing that you can do is, if you don't want to come over here to the side, you will just start typing. Say I start typing and it pops up too. Say I'm looking for a stock. Say I'm looking for Apple, and I want to type that in. So I start typing that in, and then as you can see, it starts to pop up, and that's it. So again, you can either come over here and click the plus sign, look for what you're looking to trade, or you can literally just start typing and it will pop up. The same thing will pop up. So that's kind of like a shortcut. Also, you click through these, and as you click through them, this is how you get into the charts. You got to, see how I'm clicking through, and I'm kind of just maneuvering through the charts. You could also click your space button. If you click the space button on your keyboard, that will also help you kind of maneuver through each thing that you're trading, as you can see. Now, if you look at the bottom here, at the bottom, this is where your date and your time is. You can see that it says Wednesday, October 1st, 2025 at 12. That is 12 noon, because this is in military time. And I like to have my crosshair right here, because let's say I'm looking for, I don't know, the midnight candle, and I will find the midnight, which is all zeros, and then once I look at the time, if I move right on up, follow this line here, it takes me right to that candle I was looking for. How do we get this crosshair? If you don't have it, you'll come over here to the left side of the screen, this top thing right here. you have your crosshair right there. You can maneuver through a dot. You can have just an arrow. This says a demonstration. So if you want to kind of just show, if you're showing someone something, teaching or anything like that, you will use that. And then you have this magic little thing too, that I literally just discovered this thing right here. All I did was click it, and now we're getting confetti, which this is kind of cool. Anyways, you are someone that doesn't really like this white screen. You have another option. If we come over here to the top left of the screen, you see these three lines right here. Click on that. You will come where it says dark theme. Now, really quick, if you signed up or anything like that, these three lines, it's going to be the first letter to whatever name you chose. So it's going to be at the top left. It's going to be the same thing. It's just going to turn into like a little circle with the letter, and that is just how you will get to this same area here. But you see where it says dark theme. Yes, we have all of these other things, but we're going to focus on dark theme. If I click dark theme, now we have like a dark background. Me personally, I like the dark theme. It's chill, easy on the eyes. My eyes, that is. So you can do dark or you can do light. Okay. Let's say that you want it dark. So you changed it dark, and now we're going to first get into the fun part of TradingView, and that is customizing our chart, our candles and things like that. So in order for you to do that, you're going to go to settings. Your settings bar is, look at the top right, you will see publish, this camera, this square, things like that. And your settings is this little gear thing. It says settings. So click settings. And now this right here is going to pop up. So you have symbol, status line, scales, canvas. We're going to get into that. Let's go to first we're going to go to canvas. Once it opens up, it kind of opens up on canvas. Canvas, if we look, the first thing it says background. It's a solid background and it's black. This little square right here, click that square. Now look, now we got different color backgrounds. We have different color backgrounds, and you're able to choose it to, however you want it to. But today we're just going to do this color right here. Now where it says grid lines are, if we look at let me change the color again, these little square boxes, you click on them and you customize them. Let's say we wanted our grid lines like this. You see these little boxes in the back. If you're someone that is looking to use that, then that is what you would do. But for now we're just going to do none. Your crosshair is where your mouse is, the little thing that your mouse is on. So you can change the color of that. You can see that my color has changed. Say I want purple, all of these colors. Whatever color you want, you can do that. But not only that, you can change the thickness of the line. See how thick it is. You could change it to be a dotted line or just a straight line, things like that. So you are able to do that as well. Right now we're just going to keep it like this. A watermark is, if we look in the back, let's see if we want I'm going to move it on this side. So I click ticker. Ticker is, you can see it says the pair that you're trading. This is, if I move it to this side here, the interval, meaning what time frame that you're on. Description, it kind of just tells you exactly what it is, and all of that is in the back. Now replay mode, once you click replay mode, instead of it saying this right here, it's just going to say replay mode. So that's just really up to you. It's something that you want to have on. Say we did have the interval on, you're able to change the color of that as well. But we're going to just do none. Text. Now, if you see over here, we cannot see our time. We can't see our, points, levels, things like that. We are unable to see that. So text, you go to text. We want to do black in this case. Now, once I did black, you can see that it popped up. Now we can see it. But of course, again, you can change it to whatever color that you want. I'm just drawn to these colors over here because, I'm just a girl. But black be your go-to color, of course, things like that. So everything else, I kind of really don't mess with. But let's go to symbol. If we go to symbol, you can see red and green. What is red and green? Our candles. This is your body, your borders, meaning the outline of your candle, and the wicks. Now you could change it. We're gonna do, since Halloween is coming up, we're gonna do Halloween colors. Okay, orange and black. Say you wanted everything. I want the border to be orange and black. I want it to be all of this orange and black. Now that I done changed everything orange and black, you can see now my candles don't change. But maybe I wanted this body to be orange and this body to be red. You can do that too. The borders, if you want to be fancy, whatever you want to do. Again, this is all up to you and how you want to customize things. So you can change it to that. This is giving fall, pumpkin-y type. But so that is how you will customize your candles there. And you have everything else. You have your session breaks. If you are someone that wants your session times on, you can see this. The only thing that this does is just kind of just divide your days up. It automatically just have your days divided, so you can see maybe the highest point of the previous day and the lowest point also, things like that. So if you wanted your session breaks, you can do that. Where it says economic events, that is something that you can have. It had it day by day, but I guess if it's nothing going on, probably it won't have it. But it says latest news. You see I'm clicking. Pay attention to this little purple thing right here. If I click it, it goes away. Latest news. If I click on this purple thing right here, this is kind of telling you whatever you're trading at that moment, whatever you're on is going to be different. But this is telling you just some news, what's going on. As you can see, it says latest updates. You can click more events. When I click more events, it popped up over here on this one, right up under where our pairs and things are at. And it's kind of just giving you updates on news or what's going on. So if you're someone that's into that, that's what you would pay attention to. But everything else we will have to kind of get into later. So all I did was log in, because for the next part you kind of got to be logged in, or you're going to get like some pop-up thing or whatever the case may be. And what I meant by your 3 lines, you see how there's a letter here instead of those 3 lines, but it's still the same thing. Once I click on it, you see I have the dark theme and things like that. I'm going to just keep these colors and keep the chart, whatever. Now if you are customizing your chart and you see these little dividers in the back and you just want maybe just a solid background, go back to your settings, and under symbol you see electronic trading hours background. You click that and you just really make it the same color as your whatever you chose your background to be. Again, if I do it this color like this, you can see that it changes color. So if you're someone that that's something that you see and maybe it's bothering you or whatever the case may be, you will just come here back to your settings, under symbol, electronic trading hours background, and change it to whatever color your background is. We focus down here towards the bottom. You see where we have our time and things like that. Come over here to the left hand side, and what you see over here is Pine Editor, and you see Trading Panel. What you want to do is, once you come over here to the right hand side of that line there, you're going to see like a little square at the end. You're going to click that square to maximize, to expand, where it says Trading Panel. Okay. And under that, what do we see? These right here are your brokers. You are able to connect your broker to TradingView and trade directly off of TradingView, which is a plus sometimes, depending on who it is. So let's say you don't see it here, you're going to go to see all brokers. When you do see all brokers, look, more brokers pop up. Now if you don't see your broker here, that just means that it is not compatible with TradingView. That's it. So yeah, so once you click it, it will pop up, you will just log in, and then you're good to go. You also have paper trading. If you click on paper trading, I'm going to click connect. Boom, look at that. Now I am able to basically demo trade right from TradingView. You'll have all of this stuff here, your orders, your history, your account history of things like that. You can see that These were trades taken. What was this? It has the time that it was taken, the date. You can see this is May 20th, May 16. It has the balance before, balance after, things like that. How much did you make? How much did you lose? And all of that type of information. You see that it has the trading journal, just kind of when did you place the trade and things like that. So paper trading also has that, and that is a good thing to have if you're looking to maybe demo trade. Now we come over here to the left hand side of the screen. We're going to put our focus on the left hand side. This right here is your toolbar. This is where you're going to get the things that you are actually looking to mark up the chart. So this first thing right here, if I click on that and let's say I'm drawing it out, this right here is your trend line. This is a trend line because now I'm just being able to kind of put it wherever it is that I want to put it. If I want to put it there, that's just where it's going to be. Say I did choose for it to be right here. Once you select something and you place it wherever you want to place it, you're going to see this little bar right here pops up. And what that is where you will just customize everything. Okay, so you see this little crayon thing, you click on it. Now you're able to change the color of the trend line, whatever color you want. Then you know that's up to you. This right here where it says text, that would be to change the color of the text, but we'll get into that really quick. Let's go to right here where it says 2px. 2px is the size of the trend line. If you want it thin, if you want a little bit thicker, that is what you will use there. Here, if you wanted a dotted line or a dash line, you will go there. Then you're able to set an alert. So if you click that, you can customize it however you want to customize it. You can even leave yourself a message. You can also put how you want to be notified, which is to play a sound, send a text, send an email. You also, again, have the message. So you can do that. You just click create, and then whatever happens once it get to that level, then that is when you will get the message. If not, you would just either delete the whole trend line or go back to alert and click this trash button here. And you see, do you really want to delete your alert? Yes, which is delete. So that is deleted and that is taken off. Now we come back here and we can see that little gear thing again. This is our settings. If we go to settings is just basically let's say a more in-depth customized box, just like that small one. Now it puts us on text. Text is, let's say I want to do trend. You can see the trend is here. And right here where it says text alignment. You can either have it at the top, you can have it at the bottom, or as you've seen, you can have it in the middle. Not only that, you can have it on the right hand side, in the center, or on the left hand side. So it kind of just depends on how you want things to be. You can make it bold. You can just customize it. You can change the size of it if you want it large, if you want it really small or something like that. But not only that, you are also able to, again, change the color of it. Okay, you could change the color. Let's say you want to save this template instead of going to go do the same thing over and over. Let's say this is how you want it to be every time you draw a trend line. Anyway, I'll show you. You would set everything how you want it to set. You're going to go to template. You're going to go to save as. Say save as trend, and then click save, and then we're clicking OK, right? So now when I go back to do a trend line, let's say I'm drawing a trend right here. If I draw that trend right there, a little box pops up, but this time I'm going to go to this first little area here. I'm going to click that, and then look, I'm going to click trend, so it pops up. Now you're able to save as many as you like in different ways that you want. Maybe you want it to save this one. Save this. Let's go to settings. Trend down. I don't know. I'm just saying anything. Trend down. You're going to go to template. Save as trend down. make it whatever you wanted to make it. Then you're going to click OK. So now I'll remove that. And if I were to make another one, say trend, and then I go back to this little box right here, what happens? We see trend and we see trend down. And I'll just click it, and then boom, it's there. Anytime you want to get rid of these savings, you're just going to come over here and you're going to click yes to delete. You come over here, look, see the trash, we know what that is. Remove, yes. So now you just have to kind of resave it or customize it however you want to customize it. Coming back over here, let's look right where our trend line was. If we look over here just a little bit, you're going to see a little small arrow. Click that arrow, and now look, we have many more things that we can use. We have a horizontal line. Say we want to put a horizontal line here, or we want to put a horizontal line here, whatever you want to do. Everything that you would need. Now the same thing happens here. We go up under, this is your fib. Go over to that little square, that little triangle. Now we see other type of fibs, fib circles, fib time zone, things like that. We keep on moving down. Now we're seeing Elliott wave patterns and things. So whatever you're looking to use. So it's just okay. Just kind of play around with whatever it is that you want to use, however you want to mark your chart, things like that. Now, let's say that you decided on that you notice that you're using something quite often. Instead of you having to come over here every time to grab, like, let's say you wanted the vertical line. Right now it's on a horizontal line. You're going to have to click this little square here, and you're going to have to click vertical and then do it. I want another line. I'm going to have to go back over here. Instead, if we say we want trend line, if we look over here, look. This right here is a star right here, and it says add to favorites. I'm going to click that. When I click that, look, it popped up here. So now instead of me having to come over here and look for it, now I can just click here, draw whatever I want to draw, click it, draw whatever I want to draw. You are able to star as many as you like, whatever you use. You're going to star it. You see long position tool, short position tool. These are also things that I personally use. So, whatever it is that you kind of want to, you want to star. You see this brush tool. Maybe I want to use this brush tool. This is just basically drawing. It's a brush. I'm able to just kind of do whatever it is that I want to do. You can customize it because why? Everything is customizable. You can change the sizing of it, things like that. Okay. Let's say that you're doing a horizontal line. Let's say you're marking up your chart and you made your line. Now, instead of you clicking and then clicking it again and then clicking it here, going back, clicking it again, instead of you doing that, you can come over here and use this tool right here. It says keep drawing. This keep drawing tool right here. If I click that, you can see it's clicked, and I go back to my horizontal tool, all I have to do is just click, and click. So now I don't have to click it and then go back, because you can see it's still marked. Click it and then go back. I don't have to do that. Now I can just click as many times as I want. Now to get out of that, say I'm clicking, right? To get out of that, you will right click on your mouse. So if we pay attention to this, right now it's marked. If I right click on the mouse, it's going to go away. See, now it's not clicked. So now that I'm clicking, I'm not getting no more horizontal lines. Also, another thing that you can use your right hand side of your mouse is if I click it, you are able to reset your chart like that. And you can see, moving it, whatever, right? And you can also, something that I like to do that I know that you already seen, is remove, all your drawings, whatever drawings you have. All right. Now, because I have resetted my chart, you can see that now I'm trying to move up and down. I can't move up and down. It can only move left and right. Anytime that you have this problem, if you come down here to the bottom right, it's at the bottom of, you see where your numbers are, your points and things like that, where your time, it meets right here in the middle in the corner. and it's our settings bar. We click settings. When you see this auto right here, click, you need to unclick it. You need to unclick it so that way you are able to now move your chart however you want to move it. If we move up here to the top, you can see buy and sell. You can see whatever you're trading. You see micro gold futures. You can see that, right? You are able to place a trade on here. But the one way I like to do it personally is either use my long position tool or my short position tool. Your short position is for sales, shorts, sales. Your long position is for buys. So let's say I wanted to buy right here. I'm going to grab my long position tool and I'm going to click it wherever price is. Okay, this is going to pop up. But once we see this pop up, we're going to pay attention to this right here. You see where it says target 42. That is 42 points that you're risking. Now you can look at all of this other stuff here, but I don't really focus too much on that. All right, I don't focus too much. I'm just looking at this area here. Your target, because this is the long position tool, this is for a buy. So that means your target is your TP. Down here where it says stop, that is your stop loss. Again, 42. I don't really pay attention to this, but if you want to look more into that, then go right ahead. But really, that means I'm risking 42 points here, 42 points there, right? Now we look at risk to reward ratio. It says 1. That means this is a 1-to-1. That means I'm risking $500 to make $500. If I were to, let me fix. If I were to take this to a 2, you can see how it's counting up 2. That you see a 2, that just means that you're risking $500 to make $1,000. So that's twice as more than what you're risking, and so on and so forth. If it say 3 times, 4 times. Everything in between, the way I like to say it is a little over a 101, like over 101, you know, that's it. Little one over a 101, almost a 1 or 2 around this time until we get a 1 or 2. So if you're someone that kind of aims for 1 to 4s, 1 to 5s, you would look at that. You will want this to say that solid number in order for you to be able to risk a 1 to whatever. I will come here and I will click the right hand part of my mouse, go to create limit order, and you will see this pops up. You also see this here pops up. This is for a limit order. So right now it would be a buy limit. That means that price has moved up, and once it comes back to this area, this is when it's going to put you in the trade. So once it already moved and then put you in, and then it's either going to go to your TP or your stop loss, either one. I also like to keep it set on limit just to see how much I'm risking. It's like a cheat sheet for me. If I'm risking 1 contract here on gold and my risk is at 42, you can see that that's $422.84. That's $843. Gold is pretty easy when it comes to how much you're risking, because like I said, you see how it says 84.3, that just means $843. Same thing will go for, same thing with your stop loss for 42.2. This is $422. Other things that you're trading, YM and Q, kind of operates a little differently, but in this case, that's what that would be. Well, if you're ready to take the trade right now, you're going to go to market. Now you see that all of that goes away, but the same thing still applies. So if I were to get in market is saying that you getting in right where you are. Okay, so right wherever price is, that is where it's going to go. So let's get rid of this right here. So let's say that we want to get in here, and this is our, what we want to risk, right? After you done set your parameters, you don't really have to, I personally don't focus too much on where it says your take profit and your stop loss right here. I'm just looking at where it says units, right here, because that is where you're going to put your contract size at. You're going to put however many contracts you're looking to risk, and so on and so forth. So after that, that's when I'm going to click buy. Now that I click buy, I am now in the trade. Now, while you're in here, you are able to customize it. So that's another reason why I don't really mess with it on that little chart, because if I just want to get in really quick and kind of play around with it later, that's kind of what I would do. So say I wanted to aim, for these highs right here, I would be, pulling my TP here, and same thing here. If I wanted to move my stop to a certain point, then this is just what I would be doing. And then you kind of click confirm. It says confirm because when we originally placed it, we had it at a certain point. Once I click buy, I had adjusted it a little bit, so that's why it's asking you to confirm right there. You click confirm, and then you're good to go. Right now, for whatever reason, say that you wanna exit out this trade. Let's say that you want to get out. You will click that X button. You see, once you click the X button, this is going to pop up. You can close the whole thing, or you can do a partial close. So if I click partial right here, this box is going to pop up. We only got in for one contract, so there's really no partial close in here. Okay, partial was like, say we got in for 10 contracts and I want to take 7 off once we got to a certain point and let the rest run. In this case, we can't because we only got one, so we're just going to close position. Now we done closed, and now you're out the trade. So that's how you would kind of operate through that. It pops up at the bottom on what you've taken. And let's see, positions. It has all that information here on what you've taken. Yep, see the date is different now. What, 12, move that out the way. $12. Today is 10:02 at 11:40. I don't know if we've done that. If you look right here where it says 1 hour, this is your time frame. This is where you're going to get your time frames. You're going to click that, and then this is how you're going to navigate through all of your time frames here. Okay, once you're clicking on it, most of the time you're going to have to adjust your screen the way that you want your chart, which is, in order to go left and right, you're going to scroll your screen, your little rolly thing on your mouse up and down. You move your screen by grabbing it. And then if you want to go up and down, you're going to go over here to your points right here, your point system area, and you're going to just kind of scroll up and down on that. Go in left to right, in and out, in and out. Yep, you're going to go on the screen up and down. You're going to go right here to your point system area, your numbers, whatever, right? So now that we are navigating through our time frame, if you see that yourself, if you find yourself constantly navigating through only certain time frames, look, you can do the same thing that you can do with your tools. If we hover over the time frame, you see 5 minutes. If we come over here towards the right, we see this star, add to favorites. So say we want to add all of these to your favorites. You can add as many as you like, and then once we get out of that, now it's up here. So now instead of us having to click the drop down, we can just go through it like that. Not only that, if I were to start typing 15, it just pops up, as you can see, change interval 15 minutes, and I'm going to click enter. Now I'm on a 15-minute time frame. Let's say I want to go to the 1 hour. That says 1 minute. So now I'm going to type in 1, and I'm going to do H. Now you can see 1 hour is right below it, and I'm going to click enter. So that is a cheat code on how you're able to do that, how you're able to navigate through your time frames as well. So now if we come right here, we're still up here where the time frames are. Go right here where it says, it's going to say candles. You see these little bars? It says candles right here. So now this is where you're able to customize your candles. If you like the bar chart, you got the bar chart, you have Hakanashi candles, and you're also able to customize those the same way, like the colors and things like that, the same way you did with your regular candles. So you have, your line chart, if you want a line chart, so many different things that you can do with these candles, as you can see. And again, what can we do? We can add it to our favorites so it can be saved up here. So let's go back to candles. Now our next part are the indicators. Let's say you have an indicator. Let's click on it. And then after that, we're just going to press OK. So now that now you have your indicator, and we go back and let's say we want to add a sessions indicator. So now we're looking for a sessions indicator. Now we got all of these right here that's telling us different sessions. We're going to go to this Lux Algo because it had this 19K or whatever. Now you got different sessions. It's going to pop up again over here where you see your buy and sell. You're going to go right here towards the end of this. You got settings. Once settings pop up, this is what you're going to see. Under inputs, this is how you change the time. Maybe your New York time isn't correct. You're going to change that. You're able to, let's just have one on right now. Let's say we want to just look at New York session. We're going to uncheck all of these boxes right here. And then now you can see that we only have the New York session on. You see this little color box? We're able to change the color of that as well. So just customize it however you like. Style, depending on, you know, what you want included with it, things like that. You can see how it says the boxes, if you want the box or not. If you want the pane labels, which is indicating it's New York. Lines, you see how we got that kind of that divider line right here telling you what day it is. And then you have other things like that. It says tables. Then you just click OK, and now you're good to go. Anytime that you're done with these, you don't want to use it, you're going to go to that same area on the same way that you got to settings. Just move over and just click remove, and everything is now removed. Those are your indicators. Now if I continue to move over to add alert, you can also just add alert from there. But what I want to bring our attention to is the replay mode. So if you look right here, it says replay. This is how you want to study data. This is how you want to, you know, backtest, study your strategy, things like that. This is what you will go to. Okay. So you'll click replay, start new. That's something new that's just been popping up. I mean, it's up to you if you want to continue where you were on the replay mode, or if you want to just kind of start a new one. That's just what that is. But once we click replay mode, come on down to the bottom, right where it says, in this area right here, it says random bar. Now right next to random bar, you see a down arrow. Click this down arrow. So now we see select bar, select date, select the first available date, and random. Select bar is if you want to go back bar to bar. Okay, see now I done kind of got rid of all of those current bars that we were looking at. Once I do that, this button right here is your play button. See, I could click play. This right here, this button right next to play that says forward, this goes candle by candle. Candle by candle. See how I'm clicking? Click, click, right? This 7x, this is your speed. You can have it super fast. You can have it super slow. Whatever, you know, works for you. This also tells you what time frame that you're on. And let's say we're on an hour. Let's say I wanted to move by the 10 minute. If I click 10 minutes, right, and I click forward, it's only going to give me 10 minutes worth of the candle. That makes sense. See how that one candle is still moving? So that's only giving me 10 minutes worth of that candle. And you can go all the way down to the 1 second. Maybe you can do something like click the 1 second. I don't think it will let me. But if you were to click, let's say you click the 1 minute and you had it on a low speed and you click play, you will see the candle moving a little bit. You see how you can see the candles moving a little bit? And I'm not even touching anything. My mouse is here. It's moving a little bit. So this can kind of give you that feel, of like you're live trading. You know, if you keep it on here, things like that, you know, trying to watch it and look at what you're looking for all at the same time, whatever, right? That is something that you will use that for. When you have auto select interval on, that is no matter what time frame every time you move a time frame, it's going to move with that interval. So if I'm moving on the 15 minute, if I go to the 15 minute, it's going to give me 15 minutes, if that makes sense. And if I'm on a 5 minute, it's going to give me all 5 minute type candles. It kind of moves with the, as you can see, it changes. So we're on the 15. Let me go to the 1 hour. When I go to the 1 hour, it's telling me the 1 hour now. So when we have that, when we don't have this selected, it's only going to give us whatever time frame, whatever minutes we have worth of that candle. So that is just something good to have. Now, next to going back to select bar, going back to this little arrow here, you have select date. You can select the date. I don't know if you want January. I don't know if you want November, June 2024, whatever. You can select the date and it will go back to that date. June, it will go back to that date. Going back down here, now it says select first available date. So when we first go to replay, I just exited out to start over. When we first go to replay, what you usually want to do is click a replay on this lowest time frame that you usually take a trade. So for me, if I'm taking a trade, if my lowest time frame, like if I'm taking entries on a 5 minute, I'm going to go to the 5 minute and then I'm going to go to replay. And the reason why you want to do that is because say I click replay on an hour. Now, sometimes when you do that and you try to go down, it won't allow you to go down because the information that's on the hour can go further back than on the 5 minute, 3 minute. And that's where that you have to like pay for data come in at or whatever. But let's say we go back. So you just want to make sure that you're on the smallest time frame. You're going to click replay, and so that you're able to kind of jot down on whatever time frame that you usually go to. Then after that, we have, that is what your, that is where you will have your select first available date. So again, if we want to go to the 3 minute, and I go to the 3 minute and I go to select first available date, it's going to give me all of the information that I can get on the 3 minute. That is what first available date is going to be. So it's as far back as the 3 minute can go. And random is just what it is. Random. Now, in the way that you would like kind of take a trade under replay, you can see we look at the bottom right here where it had said our either what our broker, or in this case it was paper trading. Now it says replay trading. The way you would take a trade is the same way. You take a trade same way. You can either do buy or sell up here, or you can take your position tools and you can kind of do that. Place that there, right click, create limit order, select your units. Once you select your units, you're going to click market if you're looking to get in right now. Say I click buy. Now that I click buy, now you're going to see this pop up. Now I'm able to drag my TP wherever I want to drag it to, and drag my stop loss wherever I want to drag it to. Once I do that, you can see it says confirm. Then you click confirm, and now you're in a trade. So you can go candle by candle. Say I'm going candle by candle, and now I'm just kind of studying the candles or whatever the case may be, or I can just go ahead and click play. So in our case, it says right here, take profit order cancel. So it came up, it hit our TP, and then immediately went the other way. For you to know how much you made or lost, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to click the right here next to where it says replay trading. If we come all the way to the end towards the right, there's going to be a little square, and it's going to have a that is how you're going to expand this whole little chart thing right here. And as you can see, it's a overview. We made $98 here. You got your performance level here, things like that. You can see all of the information that you need on when you taking it, what you place, things like that. To get out of this, we're just going to just click this same little button right here, just to get back to where we are. So that is replay trading. We look over here at the bottom right. There's going to be an X right along this line, because you may not be able to see it. it say where we get our random bar and our play. If we keep going all the way down to the right, there's going to be an X button right here. You click that X button and we just click yes to exit out of replay mode. Right click, reset, and now you're back. Now the last two things I want to get into is, let's say you did this, you had your chart marked up, right? And maybe you right click and you had removed everything. Like, oh, you done made a mistake. Now you don't know what happened. Next to replay, we have this right here. Undo. Now you can just undo. You can just keep undoing until you need to get to where you need to get to. This is redo. Like, okay, no, I didn't mean to delete that. That's right. Oh, no, I didn't mean to delete that. So that's really it there. The last thing is, if we come over here to the right hand side right here, you can see this square. It says layout setup. If I click on that, this right here, well, first let's go to the first one. This right here, look. If I click on this first one, now I'm able to watch two different pairs at once. So let's say both of these says gold. Let's say I want to look at NQ. Now I'm looking at NQ and I'm looking at gold. So this is what I mean when it says two charts per tab, or 4 charts, or 10, or things like that. This is what that means. That means if you want to look at multiple at the same time on one screen, this is what you would do. This is what it would look like. But if not, if you're good with just, kind of just navigating through different things, then hey, you're good to go. But with that being said, that's really it. That is really the rundown with TradingView. If you want me to make another video or things like that, or further break down a couple more things with TradingView, just let me know. Drop it down in the comments. But with that being said, I'm Nisi and I'm out.